Hello, so it's Monday today. Welcome back to my YouTube channel. For the people who are first time coming to my channel, my name is Subish Menon. I am a law of attraction coach and a Ho'oponopono healer. So what I do is I come live and I share more about this amazing concept called law of attraction. So today on Monday, I do it in English, and on Wednesday, I do it in Malayalam, which is my native language. So today, I'm going to talk to you about a very interesting topic because I have been doing a few law of attraction videos for the last 4 to 5 weeks, 4 to 5 weeks, and you can go to the playlist and you can check the videos which I've done. And I've covered the what is law of attraction, what are the techniques, what are the three important powerful techniques which you can apply, and a lot of other things which I've shared. If you can, people who are watching live, they can watch it now, this video, and then later on they can go and watch it. People who are watching in recording, you can pause and go back to it and see it also. Or if you want, you can continue here and then go back later on, no problem. But please do watch it. Go to the playlist, Law of Attraction English. You can find all the videos which I've shared before. So when I was sharing this video, few comments came to me saying that, okay, Subish, it's all right, like law of attraction, you need to have a positive frequency so that you attract positive things. But these negative emotions are coming. So what should I do to stop these negative emotions? Well, I would say is you cannot stop negative emotions completely because it's part of our brain wiring, and it's also in some ways it's also good as well. So we cannot completely remove it. However, we can reduce it to a larger extent, which I believe is very much important so that we can apply law of attraction in a much powerful and effective way. So today in this video, I'm going to share with you 2 steps to stop negative emotions. So before that, if you want to know more about me, you can go to the description where you can connect me in different platforms, and there's also a free ebook for downloading. So let's get into the topic today, which is 2 steps to stop negative emotions. So before getting to the steps, I just want to give you a foundation step, which is very important, and I believe many of us miss it, which is taking 100% responsibility for your feeling, for that negative feeling. Because see, what happens mostly is we get triggered by some other person or some situation, and then we start blaming others for that negative feeling we have, whether it is sadness or guilt or jealousy or fear. We start blaming something outside. Now, yes, the outside can be the trigger, but we are responsible for creating that feeling. We can change that. That is why, if you, let's say, if you put two people in one situation who has got different beliefs, they will have two different emotions. For example, let's say in a work environment, there are two people. One person is so much enthusiastic, energetic, looking for challenges when he don't see problems, while the other person, he's always focusing on problems. He's worried that problems will come, how to solve it. That's his belief and or his mentality or his mindset. So if these two people are put in the same situation, the person A with that strong positive mindset, he will see it as a challenge, and the level of negative emotion, if at all it is there, will be very less. However, the person who is always focusing on problems, obviously, he will have more negative emotions, right? But it's the same situation. So the trigger can be outside, but what emotion we are generating inside is in our hands. And so we need to take 100% responsibility for the way we feel. Because it's like, if you don't take that responsibility, you are giving the power to the external world and you cannot stop that negative emotion. So the foundation step before getting into our 2 steps, which I'm going to cover today, the foundation step is next time any negative emotions come to you, just hold your right hand to your heart and say, I take 100% responsibility for the way I feel. That's the first step, or I'll say the foundation step. Now let's get into the first 2 steps. The first step is, like anything we do, the first step is what? Any guesses? The first step is to decide. Decide what? I must stop this negative emotion. Not I should or I want or I don't want this. No, I must. Must has got a very powerful frequency to it. So you need to add, I must stop this negative emotion, whatever it is. I must stop this feeling of fear. I must stop this feeling of guilt. I must stop this feeling of sadness. That's the first step. tell at least 10 times to yourself. You don't have to say it loudly. Loudly is good, but if you cannot say it loudly, tell it to your mind, I must stop this, I must stop this, I must stop this, I must stop this negative emotion. Now, if you say this 10 times, what is happening is you are actually feeding your subconscious mind and saying that this is not required actually. You are telling the subconscious, this is the first step, I'm going to stop this. So the subconscious mind is getting ready for your second step, which is pattern interruption. You need to interrupt the pattern. See, as I told you, we all have beliefs. Now, let me give you an example of a CD. Now, if you take a CD, with let's say it's a CD of movies or songs, you can see that there are some patterns in the CD, right? And it is this patterns which is actually generating the music or playing the movies for us. Now, what happens if it falls down or some scratch comes? The pattern is getting interrupted, right? So let's say one time I scratch, maybe some portions only will be miss. Second time I make a scratch, again more portions will be. And let's say you have a lot of scratches, then the CD will not play at all, or will not hear the music at all, or will able to watch the movie at all, right? So that is what we exactly have to do with any negative emotion, because as I told you, negative emotion is generating through a belief, and that belief has to be removed by doing pattern interruption. Now let me give you an example, another example. Now let's say you are sitting in your home alone, and there is some thoughts come into your mind. Maybe something happened on that day, or some negative things, something which you're very sad about. Suddenly that loop starts happening, that negative loop. Okay, you go into that memory or that person or situation, you start thinking negative, and you are going so much depressed. Suddenly the bell rings, the doorbell rings, and then you go and open the door. Maybe it's a salesman, and salesman, then you interact with him, and then you close the door and come back. And the moment you come back again, sit in the situation, that same chair or somewhere, again that negative loop starts happening, right? So again you go to the loop, and then what happens? Suddenly something falls off, like something fall in your home, and then again you go and take it back and keep it, and again you have interrupted that pattern or loop, right? Again, but again, because it's a strong belief, again you go on that loop, that negative loop. Then the third time what happens? Your phone rings. Again, that pattern is interrupted. So 3 times you have interrupted the pattern or interrupted that loop or belief. So what happens over the time is the brain starts getting this message, and like the CD, the pattern gets disrupted. So more you practice, your pattern gets disrupted, and that's how you stop negative emotions. So now the question you may ask is, but Subish, if there is no one there, like for example here the doorbell rang, or something fell down, or mobile rang, but if nothing happens, then how I can do that? Well, the best thing to do that is, if you want to interrupt a pattern, and the easy and simple thing is, use your body language, right? It's your body language. The best body language to remove a negative emotion is, just do it from me. Just take your hand and shake your head like this. Just interrupt your head. Just shake it. Say, and that's the best way to remove any negative patterns. Next time when you're feeling sad or guilt, or you're feeling something, just shake your head, and you will see that that negative emotion would have gone. Believe me, it happens. Or another body language, if you're sitting somewhere, stand up and do some push-ups or jumping or dancing, and that will interrupt the pattern. Now, why we are not able to do is, pattern, if the pattern is so strong, we'll keep on pushing you, but you just have just do it, and that will interrupt the pattern, and you'll be able to do it with much more, this time you'll be able to do it much more powerfully. Why? Because you have taken the first step of deciding that I must. That is why that first step is very important, because sometimes we know that when negative patterns comes, we don't do it, but when we do it, but this time when we decide and do it, it becomes more powerful and effective. So coming back to the point, foundation step of stopping any negative emotion is, first of all, take 100% responsibility for the way you feel. And then that's the foundation step. The first step is decide that I must stop these negative emotions. And the second step is pattern interruption. And if nothing is there, that's pattern interruption, you can use your body language. If you're alone, there is no outside things to interrupt your pattern, use your body language. You can either shake your head, or you can do push-ups or exercise, and you will see that you will soon breaking the pattern, and that negative emotion to that particular situation would have vanished. Then this will help you in increasing your frequency to a positive level and help you in law of attraction, using law of attraction to attract those dreams into your life. So I hope you liked this video. If you liked it, please press the like button. If you want to share this with someone whom you feel is going through some negative emotions, share with them, subscribe and press the bell button so that next time you will get notification from YouTube. So till seeing you in the next video. In the next video, I'll come with another very interesting topic based on people's responses, and looking forward to see you in the next video. Till then, keep polishing your energy.